In today's culture, where dating advice is often reduced to tactics and surface-level charm, it's easy to forget what truly captures and keeps a woman's attention. Strength and status might open doors, but they don't guarantee emotional impact. What resonates deeper than good looks or smooth lines is something harder to define: presence, calm, and self-respect. This video explores 10 core ideas rooted in stoic masculinity, quiet truths that create emotional pull without force. These aren't manipulation tricks. They're principles that help you stop chasing, start attracting, and reclaim your power in relationships. 1. Emotional uncertainty. Most men overshare, overexplain, and overpursue. They're readable within minutes, but the man who doesn't rush to please, who stays composed and mysterious, triggers a subtle emotional uncertainty in women. She can't quite place it, but she feels it. It's not about confusion. It's about the emotional shift that happens when you stop trying to be liked and start embodying quiet confidence. She leans in because your energy creates a question she wants to answer. Why do I want more of him? The 2. Emotional presence. Women are emotionally intuitive. They read tone, posture, and pacing. When a man is fully present, focused, calm, and grounded, he becomes magnetic. His presence doesn't perform, it simply is. You don't need deep monologues or intense eye contact. True emotional presence comes from being grounded in the moment, not anticipating or performing. That steadiness makes her feel safe, not in a protective way, but emotionally secure. 3. The power of absence. When you disappear, not to play games, but to preserve peace, it forces reflection. Suddenly your silence is louder than your words. She wonders if you're slipping away. It stirs curiosity and concern. But here's the key. Your absence must come from truth, not strategy. You're not punishing her. You're returning to your center. And when that happens, her need for validation activates, not because she's manipulative, but because she's human. 4. The masculine calm that breaks her walls. You see, in emotional moments, most men either escalate or, well, they fold. But the man who stays calm, who doesn't react to emotional storms, he disarms her. Now, that calm isn't passive, it's grounded. You're not cold, not at all. You're simply immune to drama. And when she realizes she can't shake you, she softens. She drops the armor because, for once, she doesn't need to lead the emotional charge. When you don't need her, she leans in. Neediness, it creates pressure. When you make a woman the center of your emotional world, it feels heavy, not loving. But when you're complete on your own, your energy becomes a gift, not a plea. The paradox? The less you need her, the more she feels drawn to you. She wants to earn her place in your life, not be handed it without cost. 6. The art of strategic unavailability. Always being there, always replying, always on call drains your value. Availability without boundaries is forgettable. But when you're intentionally unavailable, not out of spite, but because you're living a full life, your presence becomes memorable again. Suddenly she pays attention to your rhythm, and that contrast, it creates emotional weight. 7. Self-respect. Women may admire charm, but they respect boundaries. A man who doesn't bend for approval, who says no calmly and walks away without apology, is unforgettable. Self-respect isn't ego, it's value. It's knowing your peace is worth protecting, even at the cost of losing someone. And ironically, that's what draws her closer, because you've become a man she can't control. 8. Walking away changes everything. There comes a moment when silence speaks more than pleading ever could. You don't walk away to provoke. You walk away because staying costs too much. And when she sees that you would and could leave, the dynamic flips. She no longer holds the power. You do, because you've stopped chasing, stopped orbiting. You've chosen peace over performance. 9. Certainty makes her surrender. What a woman won't say, but deeply craves, is a man with inner certainty. Not arrogance, Not alpha posing, just a man who knows who he is and doesn't flinch under pressure. When you hold your ground, say little and mean much, she feels it. Her chaos dissolves, her resistance fades, she lets go, not because you asked her to, but because your groundedness makes it safe for her to stop leading. 10. Becoming the standard. Most men spend their lives trying to be chosen. They adapt, overgive, and hope to be enough. But the man who becomes the standard isn't performing anymore. He's building his life his way, with or without her approval. And when she realizes you don't need her validation, when she sees you're already whole, she respects you more than the man who begged to be picked. Because now you're not chasing alignment, you are alignment. This isn't about playing games or faking detachment. It's about stepping into your core as a man, composed, intentional, and complete. As Stoic philosophers taught, power isn't in what you say, it's in how you live. Marcus Aurelius said, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one, that's your call. Don't ask her to see your value, embody it. When you stop chasing and start choosing, when you stop explaining and start leading, you shift everything. She doesn't just see you differently, she feels it and she remembers."